Hi, welcome to my channel. Today's video is why have you not manifested your ex back yet? Why have you not created that new relationship yet that you have been intending? Are you doing anything wrong? No, that's the first answer. You're not doing anything wrong. Why is it? Why is it that either you're not getting any contact whatsoever and you don't seem to have shifted, you're feeling stuck, or you have been having breadcrumbs and you have been focused on the fact that you are not getting enough. You're not getting what you want. You're getting bits of what you want, but that isn't good enough. So you're focusing on that and causing more of a feeling of lack, causing a negative vibration from that rather than spinning it to a positive and understanding that what you've done with the power of your mind and the power of whatever this is, you know, the God within, if that's how you see it. You've done that and you need to give more attention to that. But let's just start with the attachment thing, the problem that we have with attachment. What do we do about that? And because that is really your main cause of not seeing any movement whatsoever, and it's a stuck feeling within you, and that is what is causing that is causing no movement. Basically, it's not causing anything, it's causing you to be stuck. You are stuck in this position. Nothing has changed, nothing has moved. Why? You've been doing all of these techniques, you've done the affirmations, you felt good, you don't feel attached all of the time, you really feel like you're doing everything right and feeling in a good place the majority of the time. So why isn't there movement? Let's cover that first. The reason for that is probably that you are still attached to the outcome. And even if you don't feel that you are, the majority of the time, you probably have an underlying vibration of that, of the lack of it. Although you're not completely aware of it, if you sort of sit there now and think about it, you could probably feel that it is there. So it's probably that's holding you back. And also you probably have a vibration of stuck. Again, it might not be something you're aware of, but if you sit and think about it now, you can probably call it to mind and think, actually, yeah, I am. So whilst you have that vibration and whilst you are feeling, you can be going about feeling good and having a good time and being distracted a lot of the time. But if you've got that underlying vibration going, it's probably that. And the first thing that's key is to recognize it and say, yeah, I do have that feeling of being stuck. I always know when I've got it, but I don't always know right away. I have to kind of look and think, oh wow, yeah, I know why I'm stuck. I know why nothing's moving. And so you look at that and you feel, yeah, whilst I'm stuck, I'm only ever going to get stuck. I'm going to be stuck in this position. Even if I don't feel that attached, I still have that underlying vibration of stuck going on. There will be something going on. If you've gone months down the line and nothing has happened, either you're still far too attached to the outcome and you're feeling the lack of it, or you are having that underlying vibration of stuck lingering around. You haven't dealt with it because you don't really know it's there. So have a look and see, just think, am I stuck? Am I feeling stuck? Oh wow, that's an eye-opener actually, because that can really allow you to become unstuck and allow things to change just by noticing that. So the thing is, what happens is when we're trying to create something with somebody else, usually an ex, we get hung up on all of the circumstances, things that have happened in the past, and even though we know that they don't matter, we start to feel that they do in our case. And we start, even if we're not sort of openly engaging with that, we probably do have a vibration of that underlying. So we need to work on that. We need to change that for a vibration of free. Find the feeling of free within you. I'm free of all of those circumstances. I'm free of anything that I have felt has been holding me back. Find that feeling and give some momentum to that and keep doing that on and off. Do that. Find that vibration of free. It's a really great one to do. And if you are feeling like those circumstances are holding you back, just state not true and get the vibration of not true, and then that will cancel all of that out. It's really, there's so much that you can do if you put your mind to it. Secondly, forced letting go. And I have stopped talking about letting go too much on this channel because people don't like it. And then I think that's stupid, because I do work with letting go a lot. Not particularly with anybody else unless they want me to, unless they really want to let go. And a lot of you guys do, a lot of my members do. But with myself, because I want to be let go. I want to be free of that attachment. I want to be free of having that thing in a vice-like grip, because I can't do anything with it, and that's what keeps me stuck. Letting go is freeing, and all letting go is allowing. You are just allowing whatever it is that you want to come into your life. While you are gripping it tightly, is not going to do that. So you just let it go a bit, release it a bit, even if it's 50% or 60% or 40%, you know, any percentage is better than where you are now. If you're just letting a bit more of it, letting it free up a little bit in order to experience it. And that is when you start experiencing it. So what you do in order to do this is you make a decision today. Yeah, I'm done with this. I've done months like this. It's not getting me anywhere. So I do need to do something different. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to try it for a month, 28 days. I'm going to try this and see how I get on. So what you do is when they come into your mind and you feel that sort of mixed vibration, a bit of desire, a bit of, but I don't have it, and a bit of, but I want it. I can get it. I can get it. It's all mixed. And that's what you're getting shown back to you. When you get that, you don't engage with it. You just allow it to be there, but you just don't engage with it. You don't water it with visualizations or affirmations or anything like that. You think, no, I've done enough, because you have. Believe me, you will have done enough. So you don't do that. The only time you ever engage with anything is when it's like an intuitive urge. You get an intuitive, like, bang, do this, and you do it then and you enjoy it. So you'll know when that's intuition, because when you do it, you'll feel awesome when you're doing it, whatever it is you're doing, whether it's a visualization, it's affirmations, or it's usually a visualization thing. But if that's not your thing, it will be something else. Always go with your intuition. Never ignore your intuition. If you aren't sure about something, about taking a course of action, ask your intuition. Should I be doing this? You can call it your inner self, whatever you want to call it, inner God. Should I be doing this? And whatever answer it gives you is right. It's the right answer for you right now. And if it's something that you don't want to hear, it's not the universe telling you that it's not right for you. It's working with your feelings in that moment. Often my intuition tells me stuff that I don't want to hear. So I think, disappointing, but that's okay. I'll go back to it tomorrow. I need to tweak my feelings a little bit. And I look at how I'm feeling and I look at how I've got that response and I think, okay, I know why I've got that response. I go back to it maybe in a couple of days' time. I ask myself the same question and hopefully the answer would have changed because my feelings have changed. And that's what you do. That's how you work with your intuition. It works for you, not against you. That's what your intuition is for, is to protect you. And it's to give you those answers at the right time. Your ego is completely different. So if you are trying to convince yourself that something is your intuition, not your ego, then it's your ego. Because if you had to try and convince yourself that it was your intuition, then it's not your intuition. So you work with it in that respect. So it's all about allowing that creation. You've created it. It's inside of you. You don't need to do anything else. You've done enough by intending with feeling, really feeling that desire and wanting it. That and allowing is enough. And it sounds far too simplistic, doesn't it? But that's what The Secret was stating. That's why people say The Secret is far too simplistic, but actually it's not, because, and I know a lot of you would disagree with me, and that's absolutely fair enough, but based on my own experiences, the less I've done, the better results I've got, the much more on point, because I've managed to not do too much. So I keep that vibration pure by not doing too much. And the purer it is, the more likely you are to manifest or to create exactly on point, because it's pure and you haven't mixed it up with a ton of other vibrations. Right, now let's deal with breadcrumbs. Let's deal with a bit of contact, but nowhere near what you want. How do you deal with that? You can either ignore it, and that's absolutely fine. This does not stuff up your creation by ignoring it at all. But you ignore it in this way. You don't ignore it in, well, that's not what I want. That's crap. That's rubbish. I'm not answering that. You don't deal with it like that. You congratulate yourself that you've managed to get that. You've come that far that you've managed to get that, because you weren't getting it before. You do have some contact, but it's not what you want. You're not happy to accept that, but you are really happy with yourself for creating it. So you congratulate yourself. You give yourself that positive momentum, that positive vibration of being happy with what you've done. Okay, it's not quite there yet, but it's almost there. How awesome is that? I use awesome a lot lately. I know. I love the word awesome at the moment. It's really awesome. So you do that. So you can ignore it, or you can just respond, but don't give too much in that response, because I will tell you what we do as women, and I'm talking from a woman's point of view here. We give far too much away. We say far too much. The written word for women, we get so carried away and we say all of this stuff, blah, 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 blah. We don't need to say it all in one go. Men don't do that. So if you do that and you just get about 3 lines back, don't get offended. That's just a male-female thing. Some of you males are surely going to be different than that, and that's fine, but I am generalizing a bit here. But as a general thing, and as a relationship writer, I can tell you that in a majority of cases, that is a fact. Men don't spill everything like we do, and we need to pull back on that. We need to just rein it in. They don't want to hear it. It freaks them out, frightens them off. And then what happens is you don't get back what you expect, so then you feel a lack. You feel like you're not good enough. You feel like they can't be bothered to, that you've put in all of this effort and they haven't. It's not that at all. It's nothing. It doesn't mean anything. Just don't read anything into it. If you said, by all means, send a massive long response if you want to. There's no harm in doing that, but just accept that you might not get that back. But so what? Big deal. Why does that matter? It doesn't, does it? It really doesn't matter. So deal with it like that. Deal with it with no expectation, and then every time you get a response, say, that is so cool, I've done that, because a few months ago I didn't have any of this contact and now I've got this contact. Not quite there yet, but it will get there as long as I allow it, as long as I don't poke around, meddle around and try to control every single aspect of this conversation or of this contact. Sorry, I can't talk. Just let it happen, let it flow. And then if it does stop and they start ghosting you again, don't worry, there's something going on within your feelings that's allowing that to happen, but don't worry about that. Just, you know, carry on as you have been going, and it will come back. You'll get that contact back again, promise you. But just congratulate yourself, throw a positive spin on everything, and the more you do that, it will happen. So don't then be disappointed and think, oh, well, I've been doing this for a month and it still hasn't happened, so where is it? Where is it? Because then you just start vibrating that again, and you don't want to do that. There is nothing better than feeling free, nothing better than being free and not being a victim to your feelings. Don't be a victim to your feelings. I tell myself that sometimes. If I ever feel myself going down that road, you're not going to be a victim to these feelings, and it kicks it out. It's really empowering, it really is. The more you can empower yourself to be the best version of yourself and to feel the best about yourself that you can, that stuff, it will still matter to you, but it won't be the be all and end all, and that is when it comes. There you go, that's it. I'm going to stop. I'm going to keep this on point because I have been very waffly lately, and I do apologise about that. But there you go, that's me. I'm a writer. If you haven't heard about me before, I'm a writer, I'm an author. I write relationship articles, but I haven't written one for a long, long time. Luckily, I'm still able to go back and do that when I want to, but at the moment, don't have that time because my membership area is becoming huge. It really is becoming a huge part of what I do. So I have pulled back on that. I thought, what am I not so bothered about that? Let's pull back on that. But I do still write books. Get Back With Your Ex still continues to be my bestseller, and that's listed down below with all of my books. I have a membership area on my website where you can get some one-to-one email coaching from me and modules and a forum for all you guys to interact with each other. And my son has a Law of Attraction channel, Harrison Ellis, and that is growing at a rate of knots. He's doing really, really well. He's almost up to 1,000 subscribers now, which is cool. And he'll be overtaking me soon. And he's really great. He uploads about 3 videos a week. He's really motivated, got a ton of positive energy, and he makes this work for him. Because he has the right attitude. He's very laid back about it, and he doesn't take it too seriously. So anyway, thank you so much for visiting. If you haven't been here before, then I'd love for you to subscribe if you think that any of my content will be useful to you in the future. And if not, I just hope you found something useful, some useful tips in this video to help you move forward.